We're going to speak now with Katrina Pierson of the Tea Party Leadership Fund. She was right there at the event when the shooting happened. Katrina, we thank you for being with us today. A horrifically scary attack right here. Tell us what you heard. Initially, someone was saying shots fired. Paint us the picture.
Yes, and I'm happy to be here. Compliments of the Garland Police Department. At the event, it was over. Everyone was pretty much saying their goodbyes, and then you could hear somebody in the hallway yelling, shots fired. And then so as people made their way to the doors, not running, but just trying to figure out what was going on outside, immediately the police came in, they secured all the exits, told everyone what was going on, there was an active shooter. And they wanted everyone to stay in the room because that was the best place for us to be until they could have the perimeter secured. Just a few moments later, SWAT came in and they were really telling us what they could tell us. They told us just enough to let us know this was a serious event. They told us that 2 people had been shot and 1 was down, and one of those being an officer. And then they proceeded to move us to the inner portions of the building for more safety. And it was very interesting, though, because there was not panic in the room. Everyone was pretty much sticking together, and I believe you just showed the video of everyone singing God Bless America with the American flag, and that was followed by chants of USA, and it was just happened so fast. But I think it's important to point out the context of this event, though. This was a response to an event back on January 17th at that Garland School District facility that was anti-free speech, and this was in direct opposition to that event.
Well, first off, about the event itself, the lead up to the event, did you have any concerns personally that this event would be targeted by people who did not want to see it take place because the security was so great and the publicity around it?
Well, absolutely. I think everyone there, in the back of their minds, knew that something could potentially happen, which is why there was so much security. There were about 250 people. The event was sold out. But you know what? We are at a day in our time where Americans are going to have to stand up and not live their lives in fear. We have the right to free speech in this country, and those of us at that event are going to fight to keep it.
You did pray at some point, in fact, correct, Katrina? What did you pray for?
Yes, well, the main prayer we offered after singing and chanting USA was mainly for the officer that we had heard had been shot. Then we began to pray for the police department and everyone who was outside putting their lives on the line for those of us on the inside. And then we simply just prayed for our country and our country's leaders to wake up and take this very seriously.
What do you mean by that? Take what very seriously?
Well, very seriously that A, our borders are still insecure, B, we're doing essentially nothing. We have a president who meets in private with Muslim Brotherhood and doesn't feel the public even needs to know what was in that discussion. The United States is on the sidelines when it comes to this fight against terror, particularly as they're telling us they're here in the United States, and I think there's evidence of that now.
Well, especially given the fact that it sounds like these tweets went out and some ISIS sympathizers were involved. Katrina, this had been controversial ever since January. They spent an extra $10,000 to have super security there. I know that you felt secure going in, but why did you have to be there last night when this happened?
Well, it was really important to me because I am a resident of Garland. That's my neighborhood. My son goes to that high school. It's really important for me as a leader here in the community to show people that there are those of us out there fighting for our rights, even though our elected officials are sitting on the sidelines.
Right.
It's my neighborhood, and it was very important for us to show support for Pamela Geller because she came out and showed support for us back in January.
Would you do it again, given the attack that happened and the danger that now, I mean, they're actually searching for more bombs right now, potential bombs. Would you do it again? Would you be there again?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. We will not live in fear in Texas.
All right, Katrina, thanks so much for joining us, bringing us inside the attack
Great to be with you.
that happened hours ago.